The Talmud is not simply a compilation of Jewish religious laws. It is known as a textbook on life, containing profound wisdom on how humans should live. Among these, consideration for others is a key theme that runs throughout the Talmud. Humans do not live in isolation, but rather interact with one another within a community. Therefore, our words and actions directly and indirectly impact the lives of others. The Talmud emphasizes this point, emphasizing that consideration for others is not simply a moral choice, but rather a necessary condition for a truly human life. The Talmud states, "Do not do to others what you would not want done to you." This principle resembles Jesus' golden rule, but is even more practical in Jewish philosophy. It goes beyond the passive principle of avoiding harassing others. It actively teaches us to be more considerate and respectful, even if it means taking a loss. For example, even when buying or selling goods in a marketplace, we should avoid deceiving or putting our counterparts at a disadvantage, but rather consider ways to make things more pleasant for them. In this way, small acts of consideration, displayed in everyday moments, are seen as fostering the health of the entire community. The Talmud also asserts that true consideration does not arise from a calculating mind. People often expect something in return when helping or making concessions. However, genuine consideration is not about expecting something in return. It is about considering the other person's perspective and acting in a way that makes them feel at least a little more comfortable. Indeed, Jewish society has emphasized the training of imagining and empathizing with others from a young age. This isn't simply about teaching etiquette. It's about fostering the sensitivity to see others' pain and joy as our own. Consideration is the strength that sustains relationships. When a society is driven solely by competition and self-interest, it ultimately becomes a tool for mutual exploitation. However, small acts of consideration build trust, and trust in turn leads to community solidarity. The Talmud describes consideration not simply as a simple act of kindness, but as an invisible bond that connects people. Respecting others ultimately protects oneself, creating an environment where others have no choice but to respect oneself. Therefore, the Talmud's lesson is clear. Consideration for others doesn't have to be grandiose. It's the small act of helping someone with a heavy load, the patience to listen to someone's story, or the warmth of a single word. All of these are acts of consideration. These small acts, when combined, protect the community and ultimately enrich our own lives. The Talmud, timeless and still powerfully, reminds us today that the essence of a truly human life begins with consideration for others.